Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are good. So welcome back to the maths class. Today we will be starting with a new lesson and the last lesson of our term 1, that is basic geometrical concept. This is chapter number 9 and it is the last lesson of your term 1 course. Okay. So now what is geometry? If you go by the word, the geometry is actually, it has been derived by two Greek words, geo, which means earth, and metron, which means measurement. If you have studied in SST, like earlier, the man was living on agriculture, so they used to measure length. So for that reason they use this system. They measure length and they earth, that means. And now, then slowly and slowly they developed houses, they made houses and everything else. For that they use this geometry for measuring the length, measuring the how to construct the house and all. Now today, in today's sense, it is being used in much wider area. It is being used to measure the shapes, the type of shapes, their measurement of many other things. So for all these things, this geometry is necessary. And the basic concept of geometry, or basic on which the geometry lies, is all those things we will study in this lesson. Okay? The very first thing on which the geometry lies is the point. We start with this chapter, or the basic necessity or basic thing of this geometry is point. And what actually point is? Point is something which we draw on any plane surface with a sharp pencil or the pen. Any point or a dot, you can say, drawn on a flat surface or anywhere, sharpened pencil, dot made by a sharp pencil is known as a point. Okay, I take another one. This is also a point. Then you have to name these points. If suppose I want to tell you that there is a black dot, there are two black dots for which you are talking, you have to name it. So we name it by any of the alphabet. We write capital. Suppose I name these dots as A and B. So dot is something which is made by a sharp pencil or anything which is sharp. A dot made by. It shows the location. Another important feature of this dot is it does not have any length, it does not have any thickness. So I'll quickly read it. Point is a dot used to represent the exact location. It has no length, breadth or thickness. Okay. Now suppose I join these two dots. Suppose I join like this. Or I can join like this also. I can join like this also. I have used three methods of joining these two dots. But if you see what is the shortest distance of joining these two dots, it is this one. So this will be called as a line segment. That means the two dots and the line in the center. With the name, suppose I am naming it A and B. So this is your line segment. Line segment, it is the shortest distance represented by a line segment joining A and B and is denoted. Now how you write down this line segment? You write down the alphabets and you put a line over there. This is the symbol to denote the line segment. Remember, this line segment has two endpoints. These points will be called as endpoints. You cannot extend this line segment here. Okay, it has got a fixed length. When you measure this, it will have a fixed length. It does not go on both the sides. So this is a line segment which has got the fixed value and two endpoints. And when you name it, it can be either line segment A, B or B, A, one and the same thing. So I read it. The shortest distance is represented by the line segment joining A and B and is denoted by AB, you have a line over there, or BA, you have a line on the top. A point A and B are called the end points of the line segment. The definition of line segment is line segment is the shortest distance between 2 points and it has a fixed length. Is that clear? Line segment always have a fixed length. If suppose now I extend this line segment, like this on both the sides endlessly, then it becomes a line. Line is something which can be extended endlessly. It does not have any end points like the line segment. So move on to the next point. When a line segment is extended endlessly in both the directions, you get a line. Thus, a line has no end points and does not have any fixed length. There are two ways of naming this line. This will be your line, in which the line segment is extended endlessly in both the direction. No end points are there, no fixed length. जबकि line segment की fixed length होती है, measure it. Okay. Then how do you write down? There are two methods. What you name it? We have put down the two dots over there. The line. This is the line segment inside the line. That means a line has many line segments. Okay. And one thing more is that this line segment will always be a part of a line. Okay. Now how you will name this? You will write AB because we have put down the 2 points, and above it you will make like this. See the difference. There is no arrow this side. There are arrows this side. This is line. This is line segment. Another method of naming the line is, this is the one method of naming. Another method is that you draw the line on one end, put small alphabet. This will be called as line L. This is line AB, which is represented like this. Okay. So there are two methods of naming a line. By taking 2 points, say A, B on the line, here it is denoted by like this. It can also be denoted like as BA line. Okay. The second method, by writing a single small letter of the alphabet, such as L, M, P, any alphabet you can take, but it should be in the small form by the side of the line. Okay. Then comes another this then geometrical concept, and that is plane. Now children, you see floor, you see ceiling, you see your table, top of the table, ceiling, floor, even if you see this blackboard, this is flat surface. This is actually plane. In geometry, in mathematics, plane is considered to be something which does not have any boundary. It can be extended endlessly on both the sides and on all the four sides. It can be extended endlessly on both the sides. In mathematics, it is considered like this. But in practical form, what we do, we consider only the part of a plane. The tabletop. This is just the part of the plane. Plane is something which is extended endlessly in all the four directions. Clear? So I'll read it. We come across a lot of flat surfaces in our life every day. Tabletop, surface wall, etc. Flat surface which extends endlessly in all the directions is called a plane. The plane has no boundary. The examples of flat surfaces like blackboard, floor, ceiling, walls, these all examples, they are actually not the complete, they are part of a plane. And in practical, we only use the part of a plane. It can be named two types. Suppose if I draw like this is also a part of a plane I have drawn. Okay. And if I want to name it, I'll just write small p over there. We can write this small p, or you can write q. Anything one you can write down. Even if you are, suppose you are taking this, so it will be called as plane P. And if suppose you want to take dots in it, but they should not be in one line. 1, 2, 3. Suppose I name it A, B, C, so it will be plain A, B, C. Clear? So these are the two ways. Either you use single alphabet or you use 3 alphabets for the 3 points which are not in the same line. Clear? Then there are properties of points and lines, and the next we move on to properties of points and lines in a plane. For this, suppose I take 2 points like this. First I will take this, and now if I draw lines up, these are lines as I am putting the arrows on both the ends. Just now I have told you. That means I can draw endless number of lines there. Isn't it? Similarly, suppose I take point A. Now similarly here also I take, this is, suppose I take point B, and I can draw endless number of lines in both. That means we can draw endless number of lines at any point. So it is written, unlimited number of lines can be drawn passing through a given point. Now if suppose, same way for the B also, and if I see, I can point A and I can draw one line to point B also. And I suppose I name it small a, L. And can you see any other line joining A and B? No. That means only one line can join 2 points. You can draw unlimited number of lines through one point, but when you join 2 points, only one line can join. So I am reading it. One and only one line can be drawn passing through different points in a plane. Then see the third point. Unlimited number of points can be marked on the line, or we can say that line has indefinitely many points. This is line, you know it. Suppose, so I can draw it so many line segment. This is line segment. We can draw A, B, C, D and E. Because line can be extended endlessly to any point. There is no end over there, so we can draw number of points on it. So this was there. Now we move on to the next, that is intersecting and parallel lines. If these lines move, line means it does not have any point and no end points and can be extended endlessly in both the direction. Okay. If suppose these any 2 lines, they cross each other. Okay. Any 2 point lines, if they cross each other, suppose I take A, B, then L and M. They are crossing each other and they are crossing at O. The lines, when 2 lines cross each other at a point, they are called as intersecting lines. Intersecting, that means they are crossing each other. And the point where these lines are crossing each other are called as point of intersection. So read it, I am reading here. You can see the diagram is made over there. The 2 lines which cross each other at a common point, this is the common point where they are crossing each other. The 2 lines which cross each other at a common point are called intersecting lines, and the common point is called as point of intersection. And if suppose these 2 lines do not cross each other and they run like this, A, B and what I have taken, L and M. Here they are crossing each other, here they are not crossing each other, they are running side by side. Such lines are called as parallel lines. They are called as parallel lines. Remember, when they do not cross each other, they run side by side, they are called as parallel lines. they have equidistant, they are at equal distance. They maintain the distance between the two. However, in this they cross each other at one point. So these are called intersecting lines and these are called as parallel lines. So the two lines which do not crisscross each other, if extended endlessly, they are called parallel lines. The distance between two parallel lines always remains the same, as you can easily see in railway tracks. Okay, then you can see, then next is collinear and non-collinear points. Now children, these all lines and points, they all are on a plane. Collinear and non-collinear points. If three or more points in a plane lie on the same line, they are called as collinear. If two or three more points do not lie in the same line, they are called as non-collinear. Very simple. If suppose I drawn like this is your line, I mark AB, I take point X, Y, Z. Now see, these X, Y, Z points lie in the same line. So they are called as collinear points. Collinear points lying in the same, on the same line. But if suppose these are collinear, suppose points, these points are there, I mark it L, M, N. So these points, they are non-collinear because they are not lying in the same line. So they are called as non-collinear. Okay. So now one thing you have to remember is that two different points are always collinear. Suppose I have taken this. I have taken these. These 2 points, they will always be collinear because they will lie in the same line, like this. 2 points will always be collinear, but more than 2 will not be collinear. Then concurrent lines, if suppose through a point, number of lines are passing. Here, through the point when we were doing intersecting lines, only 2 lines were passing. But if suppose through a point, number of lines are passing, like this. If suppose it is, I'll make it with the one side L, M, N, O. Like this, number of lines are passing. Line AM, I told you there are 2 methods of naming the line. One you name by the 2 points on it, or you put a small alphabet on one side of the line. Here I have put one alphabet on the one side of the line. So you can see these number of lines are crossing each other at one point. These lines are called concurrent lines. Intersecting, only 2 lines will be there. Concurrent lines, number of lines will be there passing through one point. And this point of where they are passing is called as point of concurrence. Point of concurrence. This point, I'll take it O. Not O, I can't take it because I already put in the line. I'll take it E. Okay. So if 3 or more lines pass through the same point, they are called as concurrent line, and the point is called as point of concurrence. In this, this LMNO are concurrent and E is the point of concurrence. Now in this you have to remember one thing. The point of concurrence is the point of intersection. This will also be called as point of intersection because they are crossing, but the point of intersection need not be concurrent. Point of intersection cannot be point of concurrent because if there are only 2 lines. But point of concurrence can be intersection because there are number of lines. Then we come to, this was the intersecting and the lines. Then see the next, intersecting and parallel planes. We know that two adjacent walls of the room are the part of two planes. I have told you that even the walls come under the example of planes. So if you take the two walls which intersect along the line, such planes which meet in a line, the corner वाला जो आपका line आता है, when two walls meet, that will be called as intersecting planes. Similarly, the floor and the ceiling of the room are also the part of two planes which do not intersect. Such planes do not intersect each other and are called parallel planes. Definitely it's clear, floor and the ceiling, they do not meet anywhere. So they are called as parallel planes and they are planes. But the two walls, they meet in the corners. They meet along a line. And those are called as intersecting planes because one wall and the other wall. Clear? Then we move on to another type, that is ray. Now, children, I have told you that this was your line segment which has got two endpoints. This was, then I have extended this, okay, I may name it AB, AB. Now I have extended this endlessly. On both the sides, this becomes line. If now there is one endpoint and there is an endless line going endless only in one direction. In this line, the line was extended endlessly in both the directions. In this, it is extended only in one direction. This is called as a ray. What is this called as a ray? If this endpoint is only one side is extended, then this will be called as ray and it will be represented like this. It will have one endpoint, other will be extended endlessly. This is called as ray. And this will be noted as the one endpoint. The ray has one endpoint. And if you go through these properties, again you can see the diagram. Unlimited number of rays can pass through the single point. Unlimited rays. Unlimited rays can pass through these single point, and this will be its initial point. A, B, C, D, like this. There will be number of rays. Similarly, if we see in figure 19 in the book, one and only one ray can be drawn with an initial point and passing through a given point. If I take like this, this is point A. Only one can be drawn like this. No, because all other rays are moving on the other side, although the initial point is same. So remember, a ray starts from a fixed point and extends endlessly in one direction. The fixed point is called as the initial or the starting point or the end point. It is denoted, it is written like this. In naming a ray, the initial point is written first. Remember it. There are three important points. Only one end point can be extended endlessly on the other side. Written like this, and the first initial point is written first. Then opposite ray. If two rays with same starting point and extend endlessly in opposite direction. If it is like this, both are rays. The initial point is same, but in the opposite direction, so they are called as opposite rays. Two rays with same starting point and extending endlessly in opposite direction along the same line They are in the same line but in opposite direction. They are called as opposite rays. You can see the figure. Now children, on page number 121, page number 121, there is one table given in which there is distinction between difference between line segment and ray. You have to learn them, you have to go through it. Okay? So this much I have explained you over here. Now I will show you this exercise 9.1 in the next video. Okay? Please go through it.